Hey there! In case you're new to the channel or you just forgot whose video you clicked on, my name is Tube Dweller and welcome back to Thank God It's Free, the series where I review free games on my crappy computer and tell you if I think they are worth getting or if I recommend them. So this week's game is called Flaws of Gravity, and let me read you the store page real quick. Alright, so the about this game in its Steam store page says, walk on walls, change the gravity of the world, and move objects to your bidding. Where your feet land is where everything will fall. Choose wisely in order to solve the puzzles and delve deeper towards solving the mystery of what lies at the center. And then this is something I didn't know until the end of the game, because I didn't actually read the about this game. I just saw what it was called and the basic premise, and I didn't read this part. The Flaws of Gravity is a student game developed by a team of student developers at the University of Utah. And in that regard, I think this is actually a really good game, but I'll get to that a little bit later. So anyway, if you are new to the channel or you just haven't watched this series before, the way my review system works for these games is that a game can get up to 5 stars with a total of 1 star in each of 5 categories. Those categories being story, gameplay, family friendliness, replayability, and personal enjoyment. And then at the end there is a note section, so if there is something I saw that I wanted to go over but I didn't really fit into a category, or just like I wanted to elaborate on more, then I will tell you that then. But anyway, let's just get straight into this review. So the first category up is story. How in-depth was the story, was it good writing and stuff. And I only gave story a 2/5 of a star because it did have kind of a story, but it was it was kind of a story about going through a labyrinth, like in the story of Icarus and stuff like that. But there was a story, and it was actually, pretty good, or it was actually kind of good. So I had to give it 2/5 instead of like something lower. Plus, it's actually kind of, never mind. And then the next category is gameplay. So did it lag? Did it glitch? Were there weird like bugs or anything? And I gave gameplay 4/5 of a star because it didn't lag, but there were some glitchy moments, and then there were some loading problems that I will get to later on in the notes section. Next category is family friendliness. So was this family friendly? Were there swearing? Was there inappropriate stuff? Whole star, no inappropriate anything, no cursing, no anything like that. In this game, it is perfectly fine for you to play with your kids, or for you to play on your family-friendly channel, or whatever you want to play it if there's younger people there. Next category is replayability. So how much can this game be played? Like, will it draw you back to want to play it over and over again? And I gave it 1/5 of a star because I feel like you can, but there's a little bit of a level thing that I will also get to in the notes section. So if you want to know more about that, then wait till then. And then the last but certainly not least category is personal enjoyment. So how much did I actually enjoy this game while I was playing it? And I give it 3/5 of a star because this goes back to like the loading thing that I'm going to talk in the notes. So I guess it goes forward to the notes loading thing. But it's just, other than that, the puzzles in it were really fun, which I don't know if I mentioned. It's a puzzle game. I don't know if it says that. Yeah, let's see about this game. In the actual main description that it shows you on Steam, when you're looking at the game, it says, The Flaws of Gravity is a first-person puzzle game where you change the direction of gravity to solve puzzles and uncover secrets in a labyrinth. So that is what, that's what I'm saying. I really like that, the puzzles that were in the game. But that is the overall review for this game is 3 stars. But I will now go to I'm gonna stumble over my words. Now I'm gonna give you my notes that I noticed. So the first one is the loading thing. The loading times were extremely long, sometimes to the effect of 5 minutes per level. And that really kind of messed me up with recording times. So even though I recorded 20 to 25 minutes of gameplay, I was only playing for 10 of that. And then the second note is there are only 3 levels. So that's why I had to take some off of replayability, because I feel like if there were more levels, and like I said, I know this is a student thing, but I didn't know that when I was writing this. So, I only knew at the end because that's when I was watching I wrote this while I watched the credits, and then that happened. But I'm just saying that with that, you know, there is the factor of there are only 3 levels. And also, going back to the gameplay thing real quick, there were some bugs where, like, you could, I would look up and all of a sudden this weird, like, object would start coming down and there was nothing there, and it would revert back in a second. The next note is that this is actually a pretty advanced game for being a student game, because I know a lot of games didn't even have this until recently, where you could look down and actually see a person. And it's not perfected there, like, because it kind of looks like you're looking from the top of your head rather than like your face. Like, if I look down, I can't see my neck, and this one they tried to show, when you look down, you just see an empty void where your neck should be. But they actually added that in, so props to them for that. And then the last note, like I said, throughout this entire thing, is that this was made at the University of Utah by student developers, which I think is great. I didn't know that when I was going into this, and this is a great game though, especially for being like a student thing. Like, if this was like some lead developer, I don't know if I'd be saying the same thing. Like, if this was like EA or Bethesda or something like that, I don't think I'd be saying the same thing. But for people that are just in, for people that are in college and trying to do and doing this, this is pretty great work. But that concludes my review. So again, the overall rating is 3 stars. Do I recommend this game? I would, because even though it's a short game, I still had a lot of fun with it. So if you want to get it, there's a link to the Steam store page in the description. But that is going to have to be it for this review, as I've said already. I don't know, I'm tripping up over my words, I'm sorry. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a like to let me know you enjoyed, because I won't really know any other way. And if you did like this video and you want to see the other reviews for free games I've done before, there's a link to the playlist in the description. Or if you want to see me do more of these in the future, let me know in the comments if there's a game you would like me to review. And then you can hit the red subscribe button down below, or my logo should be on the screen right now, and you can click that as well. And those will both let you subscribe so you know when the next video comes out. But other than that, I guess we will hang out in the next video. Cool?